Today, the topic for today's class is impact of liberalization. This comes under new trends in business, that is the part 3 of module 1. The source for the same that I have taken is from Manan Prakashan. Let's understand each concept in detail. The first one that I have is liberalization. Now, what is there in liberalization? That the government announced a new industrial policy. After that, along with the Indian goods, even people could trade easily from abroad, from all around the countries, which makes the trade much more easier. So, liberalization is the first step that the government did. Now, let's understand what are the positive aspects of liberalization. The first step is abolition of phased manufacturing program. Now, what do I mean by phased manufacturing program? See, the government, he has withdrawn, he has taken back, okay? So there was no more need to use domestic content or materials. So 100% imported raw materials could be used. That means if I have to make a Make in India product, I can use all the raw materials from abroad. Are you understanding? So as a result, the quality of the goods could also improve. So this is point number 1, abolition of phased manufacturing program. The point number 2 is liberalization of industrial location. So the Indian companies are given freedom to locate industries anywhere in the world. So only the 6 industries that require license and the polluting industries that require license, they require clearance from the government that they can now operate. Are you understanding? This means that most of the other companies now don't have to waste their time over selecting or over the clearing or the licensing formalities, and they will waste their time. Are you understanding? Then the next point that I have is broad banding of industries. That is point number 3. Once again, I am doing the positive aspects of liberalization. Now, what comes under broad banding of industries? That they allowed broad banding of industries for related or similar products that can be grouped under industry or a product mix. Under this, products like cars, like now if I say cars, trucks, scooters, they all would come under one product mix, and that is transportation. So for all this, then you don't require licensing for other than the 6 industries. Then I have is Competition Act 2002. After 1991, for all these things and for patenting and other requirements, the Competition Act. So यहाँ पे क्या होता है that they promote competition rather than interfering of large company. See, wherever there is competition, there is better products, and that is really good. So anti-competitive practices are not encouraged under this act. Then I have is delicensing. Now, what do I have in delicensing? That the industrial policy of 1991, it delicensed industries. So because of delicensing, the companies have stopped wasting their time, and because licensing formalities take some months to go. So this is also a very good initiative by the government. Now let's study the negative impacts. So the negative impacts that I have, first one is problem of phased manufacturing programs. Now under this, see, if it was in India, even the raw materials had to be in India. Now, if you're importing and you're depending a lot on imports, the money is going out of your country. So that is also not nice. So importing makes you dependent on the other country. And as a result, the problem of phased manufacturing program could have a negative impact on your own country. The next point I have is problem of liberalization of industrial location. See, the government has given freedom that anybody can set up the industrial location as per their choice. But a lot of people would not want to have or set up their industries in the backward areas due to lack of infrastructure facilities. So those regions, would never grow up. And as a result, because in backward areas, electricity, infrastructure, all of this would become a problem. The third point in the negative or the demerits of liberalization I have is problem of broadbanding of industries. Now let's see, the broadbanding of industries could also mean layoff. That means at least those people who work temporary. Now see, for example, in this lockdown, so many of the auto sales and all had dropped down. So there are so many people who were redundant of their jobs. So this is because the company would reduce the production of low demand costs, and however this may increase production of high demand costs, and as such some workers may be transferred to high production areas. So this would be problem of broadbanding of industries. Then the next point and the last point I have is problem of delicensing. Now see, besides the six industries, okay, there is no kind of licensing required. So anybody can set up anything without the government, permission. Now, what could be the outcome of this? The outcome of this is that in all the sectors, that means of the industry, this in turn in recession, especially in 96 to 2003, and today also 6 months have been for a lot of people under recession. So recession could be the outcome because of the problem of delicensing. Thank you, friends, for listening for liberalization. Disinvestment of public sector. Privatization involves dereservation and disinvestment of public sector. Now, for this, the positive effects, the first one that I have is benefits of dereservation. That means only 3 industries are for the public sector, rest all have now been privatized. Next one is benefits of disinvestment. Because of the policy of 1991, the new industrial policy, the government, especially the public sector units, disinvestment was allowed, especially the non-strategic ones. Disinvestment, what does it mean? It means selling of government shareholdings in public sector units to private parties. Other than this, the next that I have is disinvestment also aims at better customer service, reduction in corruption, and better inefficiency. The next point I have is the negative effect or the negative impact. One I have is the problem of dereservation, and 2 I have is the problem of disinvestment. That means exploitation of workers through reduction of work, or maybe exploitation of the customers by charging higher price. Other than this, I'm just quickly overviewing about impact of globalization. Let's see, globalization means integration of the world. The world has become more smaller. So what are the positive effects? First one, reduction in custom duties. Okay. Second one is the Foreign Exchange Management Act of 1999, which is known as FEMA. What is the negative impact? Problem for domestic companies, that is point number 1, and point number 2 is problem of foreign investment, and point number 3 I have is problem of foreign technology. Thank you, friends, for listening.